Those in their 40s are killing the game. They know what they want. They sure know what they don't want. They look good. It's scary. If they didn't tell you they were in their 40s, you wouldn't know.
From the outside looking in, like hearing other narrators tell the story, it's almost as if Tiffany is made to look like, she's fun, fit, friendly, and a fraud. When in reality, isn't it true that by the age of 20, Tiffany was already a registered nurse, not an LPN, not a CNA, a registered nurse, then went on to get her master's in nursing. Now, is there anything wrong with taking that route, going from CNA, LPN to RN to MSN? Absolutely not. But this is just speaking to the mind of Tiffany. She had to have been a genius to pull that off. And this is where the element of Yakub, the scientist, comes in. Intellect is the measure by which one is determined whether or not to be a genius. The philosophers believed that intellect also opened your mind up to parallel universes and augmented your reality. This is why back in the day when the floodgates had been opened and those of color were allowed to go to universities, seek out higher education where they had been blocked before, the philosophers and scientists began to hone their teaching, Allah being the only reality, the reality of the jinn. Why? Because intellect is the key that opens the door to parallel universes. Making your way into one of these parallel universes via intellect can be very rewarding and very lucrative. And it introduces you into a myriad of ways to create generational wealth for self and those thereafter. There is a dark side or shadow side, though, to these parallel universes. Simple mathematics. The old guards or the old scientists have presented to the new scientists proof as to why the mathematics of the mind can be practiced, but it needs to be practiced in a certain manner.
And this is why Paul said, we have before proved. Not conjecture, not assumption, but we have before proved.
What had been proven before in regards to the mathematics of the mind is that in using it, it is more productive to limit it to addition and subtraction. When you start adding calculus, that which is complicated, to the mathematics of the mind, it begets chaos. And that chaos is what created the perfect storm for what to have happened to this beautiful matriarch. Yes, you heard me right. She is the new matriarch. But she had entered a covenant unaware with the head mathematician in charge. And she went against the grain. She fell out of their order. And this has consequences that I'm sure she didn't realize existed.